Hello, pack mothers and parsimonists. My name is TV Skyen, and well, past Skyen didn't do an intro to this episode, inconsiderate jerk that he is, so instead it falls to me. Last time around, we explored Liurnia, found a way into Raya Lucaria, defeated the Red Wolf of Radagon, and we met the Tortoise Pope Miriel at the Church of Vows, who told us all kinds of interesting things about Rennala and Radagon, how he betrayed her to marry Queen Marika, and how she, heartbroken and distraught, has retreated to her chambers to obsess over the forbidden art of reincarnation. So, with all of that in mind, let's explore deeper into the halls of Raya Lucaria. So, interesting that there's a magical gate to the Church of Vows, too, right inside the Academy walls. Where's that thing? It's over there right now. Okay. Just gonna make a run for it. What, just fireflies? God damn it, I was hoping it was something valuable! Okay, without incident.
Oh,
no. Oh, okay. He can parry my... Okay, he can parry that. Here's something I don't know. Can you parry, like, jump attacks? On the one hand, it feels like no, like you shouldn't be able to do that. On the other hand, it feels like FromSoft absolutely would make that kind of thing parryable, so that you can punish it. I mean, he doesn't make a fog door, so I can just kind of... Bye. Hey, you wouldn't like to fall down over the edge or something, would you? Okay, fine. Huh. Seem to have lost him. Oh, okay. Hi. How the hell did you manage that? Alright. Well, problem solved, I guess. That's him dealt with. Temporarily. Is this the great library where that lady was said to be imprisoned? I don't have to fight her, do I?
Hush, little Calva. I'll soon birth thee anew, a sweeting, fresh and pure.
Okay, alright, it's a boss fight, okay. She's singing a lullaby for it. Nope. Ow, Jesus, okay. Okay. Whoop. Nope, would rather not. Would prefer not to. Okay, so they're just reborn continuously. I can't get rid of them. Oh, Jesus! Though I must admit, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get to her. I don't really have any ranged options right now. Can I just leave? Can I just leave? Can I just because you know I feel like I've interrupted something. Like, I'm sorry. I really shouldn't have intruded. Didn't really mean to. Are those things being reborn? Uh-oh, another chandelier's coming down! Kind of seems like they just come crawling out of the bookshelves. So I probably can't deplete them. Ultimately, yeah. Okay. And down comes the chandelier. Right, so I need to find a way to... Oh! Okay, there was one channeling a spell, and that did something. You're over there now. Okay. And that begins to shatter the shield around her. Okay, I see. Bit of a gimmick fight, but... Whoa. How many chandeliers do you have, lady? You must run out at some point. Okay, where was that spellcaster? Whoa. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, she's down. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I got it. I got it. I comprehend. Oh no, she's gonna... Oh no. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing with them? Whatever you're doing with them, I don't like it, and I'd like you to stop. Or is she consuming them too? Oh my god! Replenish the shield? No. Okay. Breaking a vow has consequences indeed. Did that get her down? Yep, there we are. Okay. Okay. All right. I think I get it. I think I get it. I get the fight. I understand it. I understand what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Well, you just helped me out there. Thank you. Kind of you. Very nice. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Okay. Damn it. I won't be able to kill her. Okay, well, alright. This is definitely the creepiest fight we've had so far.
Come, sweetings. Time to be born anew.
Okay, doing a slightly dangerous thing here. Okay. If the pattern holds true, down she comes. And... got her, I think. I think this is just gonna be phase 2, though.
My beloved, have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born, forever and ever. Upon my name is Rani the Witch. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide. Of the last queen of Caria, Rennala of the full moon. And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd be fighting the moon again so soon. Oh shit. Can you learn all those sorceries? That would be cool. Oh, yeah.
Under my moon.
Absolutely gorgeous, though. Oh, shit. I need to call the elevator now. That's probably gonna kill me. Because he's gonna be able to get position on me. I felt sure he was gonna backstab me there. Oh, I haven't explored down the side there. God damn it, I wanted you to take fall damage and die. Okay, let me just drag you out here. Oh, oh, wait. Ah, nice. Well, that saves me from having to dodge the boulder, I guess. But whatever that's worth. I just have to get past a bunch of mages instead. Actually, going past the boulder might be safer. Ow. Jesus. This is pointless because he's depleting my flasks, and I'm not going to be able to take on her phase 2 like this. Okay, so let's just try and kill him then. And then he parries me. Motherfucker. Hi, dickhead. Didn't mean to jump there, meant to roll, but I pressed the wrong button and then I didn't roll. Okay, now would you please take fall damage? Okay, but where did he go? Oh, he's just gonna be waiting up here for me? Oh, no. Okay.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Oh, I got him! I got him! He died. Let's see. Phase 1 or phase 2 waiting for me? Phase 1. Fair enough. Now that we know how to do it. Wait, do I not need to kill them? Do I just need to... Oh, I don't even need to kill them. I just need to break concentration. It's like fighting a D&D wizard. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, she can do it too. Oh no. I would rather you didn't. But of course she summons wolves. Right? Of course she summons wolves.
Oath-sworn giant.
Oath-sworn what? Oh, Jesus!
Undermine me.
Okay, she can do that. Phase 2 is where the trouble begins. Stagger, would you? Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, what did she just summon? I would rather you didn't. Okay, I have one and only one chance dragon? Ah! Ah!
Leave thy night to be.
Ah! Oh, good God.
Where did ye flee, my sweetings? Come out from whence ye hide. There are books and light aplenty, dither not. Come out, say I, or will ye be gravestones, to be better born anew?
Okay, sure, whatever, lady. Locked. Okay, well, makes sense. Hello. Hi. That was intense. Are you okay there?
Thou, is it thy wish to be born anew? To become a sweeting, reborn of my beloved egg?
Oh, I can she's the one who can respec you. Oh. Oh. A larval tears required for rebirth.
Be not alarmed, nor afeared. I would birth thee as a sweeting, fair and fine.
So, moons and birth all over again, but this does afford me the unique opportunity to just get a really good look at her. Yeah. The crescent moon in human form. And there, Marika, the goddess of the world tree, enmeshed within it. Well, it's kind of nice that I don't actually have to kill her. I guess that was like an illusion of her, or a magical construct. I wish I could look more properly upwards into the rafters. These, because like you see those things up there, they look like cradles to me. But what a thing that once again we have a moon-themed character who's obsessed with birth and rebirth. Isn't that interesting? Alter garments? That's new. Yeah, it gets a little weaker. Gets a little bit less poise, but also weighs less. Yeah, it just seems to take like extra details off it. Well, that's new. Cool that I can do that. Great rune of the unborn. Amber egg clutched by Rennala, queen of the full moon. Great rune of unborn demigods, perfects those who have been born anew. Children born anew by Rennala are frail and short-lived, imperfect beings, each and all. Great rune of the unborn. Oh, this is actually interesting. Armor worn by Raya Lucaria Academy soldiers. This surcoat depicts the twinned cuckoos peering into a flourishing mass of glintstone. To a glintstone sorcerer, the body is a transient thing. The cuckoo alone knows its insignificance, yet watches over it all the same. The body is an insignificant thing, huh? Or a transient thing. That ties in quite nicely with the whole rebirth thing that she had got going on. Remembrance of Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, hewn into the Earth Tree. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader, blah blah. In her youth, Rennala was a prominent champion who charmed the Academy with her lunar magic, becoming its master. She also led the Glintstone Knight and established the House of Caria as royalty. Oh, his door is open. Yo, I saved your daughter. Hello? Oh, there he is, I guess.
You've received the wisdom of the two fingers, have you not? Then I bid you welcome, as a true member of the Roundtable. I am known as Gideon Ofnir, as a tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. I am accumulating knowledge, to be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the Shard Bearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. General Radagon, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgoth the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Leyndell. And Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Raya Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you?
Oh, he has information about them. Nice.
The Academy of Raya Lucaria lies to Limgrave's north, towering over the mist-laden lands of Liurnia. Rennala is queen of the Carian royals, who govern the Academy. But Rennala herself is no demigod. Her beloved Radagon left her to become Queen Marika's second husband, taking the title of King Consort. The Great Rune dwells within the amber egg that was Radagon's gift to her.
Interesting.
So, Godric the Grafted, Lord of Stormvale. Despite being the blood of Godfrey, first Elden Lord, he's a grotesque old fool grasping for power. His castle lies upon the cliff to Limgrave's northwest, but I suspect you know that well enough already.
I do.
So, despite
Okay, so
his
he just
castle,
repeats.
I suspect you,
Yeah.
General Radagon, the famed Red Lion and Scourge of the Stars, is a ferocious warrior. He fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds to Limgrave's east. And now Caelid has been engulfed by the Scarlet Rot. Even approaching the region is no mean feat. I've heard survivors of Radagon's army are still in the wilds, staving off the rot with fire. And if it's true, I suspect Radagon is still there as well, in Caelid. Though, I doubt he much resembles his former self anymore. Praetor Rykard is the Lord of the Volcano Manor on Mount Gelmir. He is a ruthless justiciar who commands a company of inquisitors, reviled for his serpentine demeanor. The volcano, Mount Gelmir, lies in the west of the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. It was the stage of the most appalling battle in the entirety of the Shattering. Rykard has committed the grave sin of blasphemy, marking himself as an enemy never to be forgiven. Morgoth the Grace-Given is Lord of Leyndell, the capital city. It lies at the foot of the Erd Tree, in the east of the Altus Plateau. But the Two Fingers forbid us from venturing there, until we've acquired enough great runes to repair the Elden Ring. Set your sights elsewhere for the time being. The Veiled Monarch can wait.
Well, now I want to go. Now I want to go and kick his ass.
I understand you've been speaking to Nepheli. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes. So I put her to work. Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, Despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
What do you mean, despite her looks? She looks like she could break a man in half with one hand. Despite her looks. Have you not looked at her? Who do we have here? That's a new face.
A pleasure to see you. Thank goodness you're safe. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's not easy by any means, but it's what I must do. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Roundtable hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
Hey, buddy. Still no legs?
Always good to see you safe. So, what do you need?
Okay, so I'm looking at, what's that stuff poking out from under the blanket there, dude? What have you got there instead of legs, I am wondering, with a little bit of worry in my heart.
Oh, your divinity have mercy and grant me forgiveness. The road is yet long, a god is not easily felled. But one day without fail you will have your wish. So please grant me forgiveness, Queen Marika. You, is it? I didn't notice you there. I'll be doing my job, same as ever. Just lay out your arms. Those words were not meant for you. I may be prisoner to you, tarnished lot, but my prayers are mine, and mine alone. Well, I've had my say. I'll be more careful too. The girl. What about her? Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it. I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
Oh, poor old man. Right, and I can duplicate one of these if I want two of them. I need smithing stone plus ones. Where the hell do I get those? Though, is the problem. Where do I get those damn things? Annoying. Okay. Because I need this weapon past +2 right now. It was enough damage to take out the queen, but like, barely. That got a little hairy at a couple of junctures. I should probably talk to this character again.
I am pleased to see you again. Would you like me to hold you once more? The blessing is still aflame in your breast, dear. Would you like to be held? Regardless? Now, come closer.
It's hard to say no. I really quite like this as a thing.
You are so very warm.
Talk in secret. Oh.
I was known as a deathbed companion. Where I come from, after I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay with the remains of an exalted noble. To grant him another chance at life, to do so is the purpose of my being. But before I could bear the noble into new life, I was awakened by the guidance of grace. and chased from my birthplace. Pray, be kind. Despite all that, I still wish to be a deathbed companion. So please, let me hold you like this, as often as it takes. Then good day to you, my dear.
Now that's interesting. That feels very George R.R. Martin, like that bit. That feels very R.R. Martin. Oh, okay, so I don't have to go to the queen. Okay, so that unlocks that back here at the thing. Okay, cool. I will have to go to her to be reborn, though, I'm sure.
If I do have a talent for spirit tuning, and goodness knows that would be a surprise, I suppose I should try to hope. I'll ask Master.
I had my doubts, but look at you.
How? You don't have eyes.
Once before have I seen two great runes together. Look there. The fingers shudder with exuberance.
I wish they wouldn't.
Fine work, brave Tarnished. The greater will is pleased. You have earned the right to become Elden Lord. Now, seek the Erd Tree and an audience with Queen Marika to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. The fingers expect as much from you as they do young Gideon. Take this, a token of farewell.
Hey, another talisman pouch. Nice.
Go forth. Become Elden Lord.
Rather not. But,
Queen Marika is the vessel of the Elden Ring, carrier of its vision. A god in truth. But after the Elden Ring's shattering, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree. A grim punishment for shattering the Order, despite her godhood. The fingers speak. Marika's trespass demanded a heavy sentence. But even in shackles, she remains a god and the vision's vessel. Confer great runes to become Elden Lord and join Queen Marika as her consort. The fingers have willed it so. Now you may go.
it's like Framp times 2 over here. Ooh. I can get her outfit. Nice. I presume that's not gonna happen with all of them, but... Ooh. A tall crown depicting the moon, worn by Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, increases intelligence. When Rennala, head of both the Academy of Raya Lucaria and the Carian royal family, lost her husband Radagon, her heart went along with him. And then those of the Academy realized that Rennala was no champion after all. Faithless wretches. Or you can get the Full Moon spell. 70 int to use. Or you can get her Regal Scepter. Uses the caster as a vessel to incarnate a full moon. Then sends it floating towards foes. The full moon dispels all sorcery that touches it and temporarily reduces magic damage negation for those it strikes. Queen Rennala encountered this enchanting moon when she was young, and later it would bewitch the Academy. Magic Scepter of Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. The glint stone is known as a Carian Blue, enhancing full moon sorceries. Only those of the highest intelligence may wield this. That was the Wolf of Radagon and Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. And, boy, I wasn't sure I was going to do both of these, but these two have to go together. Sorry, Future Sky, I'm making that call for you. These two have to go together, and they have to be analyzed together. And that's your job to do that now. And not my problem anymore, because I'm going to go find some other things to smack with a sword before they summon dragons and kill me, so have at it. I swear to God, if he keeps telling me how to edit these episodes, then I'm gonna... Anyway, Rennala of the Full Moon. We have speculated already on the significance of the Red Wolf of Radagon and its presence in Raya Lucaria, and we have speculated about the significance of Radagon himself in Rennala's fate. We know from Miriel that it was his abandonment that broke Rennala's heart, and his gift of a golden amber egg that began her obsession with reincarnation. Now, I think Radagon also had something to do with the Lucarians rebelling against Rennala and sealing her inside her library to fall ever deeper into her obsession, but that, at this point, is speculation rather than confirmed canon. So let's begin this analysis with Rennala's character design. She's dressed in the robes of Raya Lucaria, albeit much bigger ones than the rest of the mages wear, and there's a reason for that. Specifically, the reason is that she actually has quite a weird anatomy. A typical proportionality for an adult human body is something like 7 or 8 heads tall. That is, our whole bodies are about as tall as our head is tall 7 times over. Rennala, on the other hand, although it's a little difficult to measure exactly, stands at least 11, maybe 11 and a half heads tall. This is a very strange proportionality, and it makes her head look absolutely tiny relative to the rest of her body, which you can see especially in this shot. Look how huge her arms are relative to the head that sits on her shoulders. Rennala's robe and hat help to obscure the lanky weirdness of her anatomy, and instead they help to give her an overwhelming sense of presence. They imbue her disproportionate form with a sense of dignity and regal poise. And let's actually talk about the hat especially for a second, because it is, objectively speaking, a very silly hat. It looks silly on any player character who wears it, but on Rennala, with her enormous body underneath it supported by the length of the robes, it actually helps to extend her height visually, and it balances out the proportions of her design literally by making her head seem taller. Going back to this screenshot again, if I paint the hat out, all of a sudden the tiny size of her head relative to her body becomes a lot clearer. Now, in part, this weird anatomy and size is just a Souls design convention. Bosses are universally bigger than the player character to support the game's general ethos of wanting to make you feel overmatched, but powerful for overcoming the challenge. With Rennala, though, I think the long, lanky proportions and the very silly hat also serve another purpose. When we first see her hovering there in the pale light curled around her amber egg, her body, and especially helped by that long curved hat, almost perfectly evokes the shape of a crescent moon. Now, her title is Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon, so that's a little interesting. Why make her look like a crescent? Why not incorporate the full-bodied circle of the moon itself into her design? And it absolutely could be that the designers just figured that, yeah, a moon is a moon, who cares? Let's just use the crescent because it's easier to turn into a design for clothing, but I think that maybe there's a little bit more to it than that, so let's put a pin in that and come back to it later. I think there's broadly 2 ways that you can read Rennala's character based on what we know. On the one hand, you can see the scene in the library as one of a tragic fall, that Rennala, in the aftermath of having lost her husband, has taken refuge in the only thing she has left to give her comfort and meaning in her life, which is motherhood. And the cultural stereotype of the woman betrayed by her husband who begins to obsessively focus on her children to fill the void instead is a common one, like that is a known archetype. Thus, her room has cradles hanging under the rafters. Thus, the floor is crawling with uncanny reincarnated newborns, her little sweetings. And thus, she cradles the amber egg, a magical womb which she holds outside of her body, treating it like a child itself. Thus, she floats around the library where you find her literally sat in a baby's cradle, infantilized by the grief and the heartbreak, seeking comfort in a constant reenactment of domestic bliss in the form of childbirth. And when you shake her from that reverie and knock the amber egg from her arms, she pulls herself towards it, wretched and fixated and desperate, crawling like the unformed, unfinished children that she has been birthing over and over again. In this reading, the crescent moon imagery might indicate that she is literally incomplete, that a huge part of her has been taken away or covered in darkness by Radagon's betrayal, that the full moon has been reduced to a mere sliver. From this perspective, the Rennala we find in the library is also meant to be understood in tragic contrast to the other Rennala, the Rennala conjured by Ranni the Witch. This Rennala is at the peak of her powers. This is the Rennala who led the Carian Knights to war against the Golden Order, the Queen, whose power was so formidable that the only thing the Golden Order could do to pacify her was to have Radagon beg for her forgiveness and then seduce her to cement an alliance. This conjured Rennala is proud and upright, regal, dignified, and lethal in her determination. Look at her next to that crawling wretch grasping for her golden egg and feel the loss, the degradation, feel the tragedy of how deep this once great woman has fallen. That's one way to look at it, anyway, and I don't think it's an invalid reading. Certainly, Rennala's presentation and the story that we know seems to point pretty strongly towards it. When Radagon left, he broke her heart, and in breaking her heart, he broke her spirit. As Miriel tells us, severing a bond has severe consequences, and the state of Rennala and what she has become is a consequence of Radagon's betrayal. And there's something particularly grim about the thought that Radagon used Rennala to sire his children, and then left her with an ember egg that would fully transform her into a meek and pacified baby-making machine, to keep her docile and out of the way, to keep her from being a threat to the Golden Order. But we could also see it another way. We find Rennala in the aftermath of more or less the lowest point in her life. Her husband has betrayed her, her own people have turned against her, and she is locked in an isolated library with nothing but her studies for company. Here, she's obsessively researching reincarnation and testing her magic by creating her little sweetings, all of whom, it should be noted, look rather suspiciously like her. Not completely, but certainly noticeably. A thing I observed during the first phase of the fight is that she would lift the sweetings into the air with a spell, tell them it is time to be born anew, and transform them into gravestones, which she then throws at you. She is incarnating and reincarnating these miniature versions of herself over and over again, cycling and resetting them almost as though she's running some kind of experiment. And as Miriel tells us, she has not merely been languishing in her library all this time, passive and meek. She's been studying, which is where I want to bring that crescent moon shape back. In the very first shot we see of Rennala, our introduction to the character, she is posed in the shape of a crescent moon. And there are two types of crescent moon. The waning one, as shadow passes over its surface and obscures it, and then there's the waxing moon, which is emerging from that shadow and growing full once again. Rennala is posed in the very first shot where we see her, specifically like a waxing crescent moon. As we discussed extensively in the boss signs of Bloodborne, the moon is heavily associated with femininity, with fertility, with menstruation, and indeed with birth. And that all seems to comport with our first reading, that Rennala of the Full Moon has retreated into motherhood and obsession with the workings of the womb to find comfort in her despair. But the moon is also associated with rebirth, with cycles of fading and restoration. And if we apply that lens, that Rennala has not degenerated but is recovering, that she's not broken but is actively remaking herself, then Ranni's words ring a little bit different too. Mother's rich slumber shall not be disturbed by thee. A rich slumber implies not only that Rennala is resting, but that she's having a really good sleep, actually, a recovering sleep, and that she will wake from it when she's good and ready, so would you please stop disturbing her? And from that perspective, the cradle that she sat in, well, first of all, that too is associated with sleep and rest, and so is the moon itself, by the way. But we could also see it as a signifier not that she has devolved into childhood, that she has regressed, but that she is successfully reincarnating, returning to a state of unspoiled innocence, undoing the damage that Radagon's betrayal has done to her. Now, this is all maybe a little bit far-fetched. The imagery of her scenes seems to much more obviously be pointing to the idea that Rennala is broken, that she was ruined by Radagon, and that what she has become is tragic. But if we pull back and look at Elden Ring a little bit more broadly, rebirth is kind of what the whole damn game is about. The lands between are stuck where we are right now. The Elden Ring has shattered, the cycle of life and death has stalled, Queen Marika is gone, and the land and the Erd Tree are rotting. The old world is dead, and a new one is struggling to be born. That's really what the conflict in the game is about, this race to become Elden Lord and rebirth the world back into a healthy state. This is ground that Souls games have trodden before. It's a theme that FromSoft likes to return to over and over again. So when I encounter this character who seems to be stuck in a damaged or corrupted state, and who also seems to be straining with all their might to be reborn or remade to reverse the damage that's been done to them, well, I can't help but think that there might be a connection. And come to think of it, Godric was attempting an act of self-creation too, wasn't he? He was desperate to be reborn as something other than what he was. He was literally building a new body for himself. And no spoilers, but we will encounter other characters later too who engage with this idea of rebirthing the world into their own images. It's like this is a thing that Elden Ring is very much about. My point is, although you can definitely read Rennala as a tragic narrative, a broken woman doomed to obsession and irrevocably corrupted by grief, you can also see it the other way. You can also see sparks of hope in what she's trying to do. The nihilistic and pessimistic perspective is tempting, and it's definitely supported, but it's not the only perspective that's supported by the text of the game. And that question of whether things are broken beyond repair and should be destroyed, or whether they might be worth trying to save, not only is that question going to come up again, in the world of Elden Ring, the answer to that question is important. Okay, right, we're back. We are back 2 episodes in a row. Didn't fall back off the wagon. No hiatuses. We are back. Okay. This episode was also relatively straightforward to edit, which helps a lot. That's like, I just go from the Red Wolf straight to Rennala, and that makes for really smooth progress. And that, yeah, like, we're gonna have 2 more episodes like that, pretty much. 2 episodes that are relatively straightforward to edit, and after that, Elden Ring decides to remind me that it is an open world game. I have 12 hours of footage entirely made up of exploration. Like, no major bosses, nothing that seems like it would be worth making an episode about, just caves and mines and stumbling into side quests. And I am not gonna lie, I don't 100% know how I'm gonna make episodes out of that, but I guess I'm gonna have to figure it out. And if you would like to help me figure it out, well, you could do a lot worse than to help me pay a little bit of my rent. The boss designs of Elden Ring takes a lot of effort to make, and when I count up the number of hours I work on it relative to the ad revenue that I get from the episodes, yeah, I'm working for a lot less than minimum wage. Which is where Patreon comes in. Every episode of this show is sponsored directly by my supporters on Patreon who help make the show happen. If you have $1 that you don't mind parting with, then that $1 donation would mean the same as thousands of views on my videos. And in return, you get perks like access to the channel Discord and early access to the videos on this channel, including episodes of Boss Designs of Elden Ring before anyone else. You can also do a one-time donation via Ko-fi if you prefer that to a subscription, and that will give you access to some of the same rewards as well. If you're not in a position to be able to donate, though, or if you just don't want to, please don't worry about it. It is enough that you have watched the video this far. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another. Have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourself. And may the tides of history wash gently over us all.